Every Saturday in the fall, millions of people watch college football. Stadiums get packed, and TV networks bring in a lot of cash on advertising so university brands shine under the lights. The NCAA makes over $1 billion a year from March Madness alone. And yet the athletes who are the ones to make that possible see none of that and continue to struggle to pay rent, buy groceries, and pay for living expenses. College athletes should be paid for their labor. Scholarships just aren't enough. Paying these athletes isn't going to ruin the game. It's all about fairness and valuing the hard work they put in. Scholarships are not enough. The fact that people think paying these athletes would ruin the spirit of sports, it won't. This isn't about ruining the game, it's about fairness, safety, and acknowledging that these athletes are workers, not just students. Some say athletes are getting paid through NIL deals. Yes, NIL was a huge step forward, but it only benefits a small percentage of athletes, like the big names of the programs in college football. Others will earn little to nothing, which is why direct pay would ensure every athlete, regardless of fame or sport, is compensated for their work. NIL is progress but not the finish line. Some claim there's no budget in paying athletes salaries. Yet schools find money for million-dollar locker rooms and facilities, private recruiting jets, and massive coaching salaries. If universities can afford all of that, they can afford to pay the athletes whose labor makes all of it possible. These athletes make strong commitments to these schools with 40+ hours a week for practice, travel, games, on top of class and homework. They are essentially working full-time jobs, yet some skip meals or rely on part-time jobs to get by what their scholarship doesn't pay. NIL favors athletes in big markets or high-profile sports. Star quarterbacks at powerhouse schools land six-figure sponsorships, while most players, especially in women's sports or smaller programs, earn little to nothing. College athletes put their bodies on the line every week. A torn ACL or concussion can end a career instantly. And unlike professionals, most don't have multi-million-dollar contracts to fall back on. If someone's job puts them at high risk of permanent injury without fair pay, we'd call that exploitation. Why should college sports be different? College sports aren't just time-consuming, they're physically demanding and risky. Athletes train year-round, play through pain, just before they even start professionally. We already seeing what happens when athletes can earn money. Paying these athletes allow players to secure sponsorships, support their families, and stay in school longer instead of rushing to go pro. And guess what? College sports have not collapsed. In fact, it is more popular than ever. That proves that compensating athletes do not ruin the game, it strengthens it. Imagine if every athlete had access to pay, not just star athletes. It could improve recruitment, retention, and overall performance. Plus, it would send a message that the NCAA values its players as people and not just profit generators. Paying college athletes is not just about money, it's about respect, fairness, and basic human decency. These students put in professional-level work, bring in massive revenue, and risk their futures for the game. They deserve more than exposure or a free education, they deserve compensation. The NCAA universities have the resources to make it happen. Now they need the will. Because until we pay college athletes fairly, we're sending a clear message that their labor, their time, and even their health are less value than the profits they create. And that's something no true fan of the game should stand for.